Once again, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for spending your time to attend this webinar. My name is Ben, and today I will share with you on how to keep your factory running with high efficiency in this pandemic. Let's get started. Well, COVID-19, every day we are talking about it. Let's get real. We are living in a world that has changed due to this pandemic. For the industrial sector, especially manufacturing sector, it is accelerated quite a few initiatives. That one of it is digital transformation. Companies had to focus on providing flexibility around capital spend and providing more visibility, certainty around the operations. For example, how can operation continue to work and supply and deliver goods and services that are needed on time, but to do that with a lower risk and keeping everyone safe. It's really a dramatic acceleration of the digital transformation in the industrial sector. COVID-19 has resulted in a projection of digital transformation that we have projected it will happen in probably 2 years' time earlier. It happens in 2 months' time. Now, why is that? When a short window of time before the next virus or next variant, or the organizations need to act swiftly to make sure operation and production continue to excel, and perhaps the manufacturing have even higher efficiency during this pandemic. The industrial sector is no different from any other sector that is increasingly using data to operate more efficiently. We've seen this in other industries like telecommunications, retail, financial services, but the industrial sector is always had this amazing large data set that can be collected, or in some of the cases, it's already in our customers' database, historian, and our customers is increasingly trying to figure out how can I make use of this data to run my facility better, to make my operation productions more efficient. So what happened is you can take this data, and the more data if you can obtain, the better it is. We can run artificial intelligence to determine better performance, or just looking at the data to understand what you can run more efficiently and effectively. Now, once the data is presented in an informative way, then put this data and those insights into the hands of the people who runs your business. Maybe visually display them in a control center like what you see in the screen. For our case, it's Aveva Unified Operations Center. You can also show the data to the line of the worker who's trying to keep your manufacturing facility running day to day. Just like few of our customers, they actually put a performance dashboard in front of every manufacturing line so that the workers are alert and aware of their line's performance. They will be kind of subconsciousness, be more responsible to their line's performance, and they tend to want to do better, to solve problems quicker and things like that. This data is also available to senior management so they can make better strategic decisions. We see our customer increasingly trying to understand how to be more agile and how to be more relevant during this pandemic. And they are having a very difficult job. They are always thinking, how can I be more flexible? Or how can I shorten the supply chain? And more importantly, how can I maintain high efficiency throughout my production floor, especially during this pandemic? There's no budget for them anyway. So there's no money available for them. So they have to take their existing budget, spend less, and deliver higher productivity. So what we learn from our customer is they are increasingly using the cloud, right? To reduce capital expenditure costs, hardware costs, and regain other values. I'm sure some of you already using the Office 365, And Microsoft has recently launched Windows 365, a cloud-based PC operating system. Actually, it is a necessity when in time of the pandemic, people have to work remotely. So that means you have teams operating from different places from a distance. Now, if this pandemic restriction by the government, again, familiar terms like MCO, CMCO, EMCO, where part of the workers are restricted, but where only part of the workers are restricted back to the factory. In this case, digital transformation is crucial, right? Workers can sit at their desktop, whether it is from home, office, sharing some process design or very complicated process manufacturing facility to make sure the capital project will be delivered on time with a reduced cost using data that is sitting on the cloud. We are doing digital even before the pandemic, but we are moving so quickly right now. Our customers, whether it's from a semicon industry, whether it's coming from a CPG, consumer packaged goods, they are increasingly figuring out how to go much quicker in their journey of digital transformation. And yes, we are certainly honored to earn their trust to work alongside with them. Before I continue, just to share some of the update of our organization. Again, my name is Ben. I'm with IAM Wonderware, Sendirian Berhad. We are the Aveva distributor. We are also the top digital transformation solution provider for the year 2020, and we also got the top 10 manufacturing technology solution for 2019. So we have 22 years of industrial experience. We have been here for 22 years. Again, Aveva distributor, one of our largest customers is the F&B industry. We have wide skill set from OT to IT. We also distribute Schneider Electric PLCs. Progressive Impact is our shareholder. They are KLSE listed. We are also the certified Wonderware training provider in ASEAN with Malaysia's HRDF certified trainer. We carry a product called Global Vision, which is a visual inspection software. And we have a sisters company that produce the digital manufacturing solution named Precision. So let's talk about performance in the factory, right? In a conventional way, well, what happens here is you have a normal working production line, maybe it's a filling line, packing line, and suddenly you have a breakdown. Your operators or supervisor will take note of it, maybe write down, and they will have stacks of paper, and some clerk or some admin personnel will actually key in the data, create a beautiful spreadsheet, and then every week it will share to the management to review what happened, right? So how long do you think this process will take? This is the manual way, it works. But with the pandemic and a lot of people cannot be on site looking at the operator doing all their day-to-day operation daily, this may not be the best solution. So what we can share here. Now, customers always ask us on how they can continue their journey, or how basically just how to get data, performance data, and eliminate the manual paper recording. And because it's going to take long hours before getting the result that you want, and you can't solve the problem immediately or as soon as possible. One is to take the data you already have from your devices and consolidate into your centralized database. So what you need to do is, if you have PLC or some equipment that can output some signal, make sure they are networked, make sure they have a communication driver, something like OPC, Modbus, and things like that. Log it to a system, be it a historian, be it just a database. And once you get that, you put those data in the hands of people who need it, right? And you provide one centralized source of truth, and you present it through one system. For us, it's the Aveva Operation Center. that puts all the data of relevance into one same room. So everyone can interact in the virtual room or in the same room, or basically they can look at it in their preferred device, iPads, desktop, mobile even, things like that. You may ask a question like this. What if I'm not able to automate all my data? Not all my equipment in the factory has network. I can't get everything in today. I say it's okay, because the good thing is we can take things progressively. And the good news is our proposed solution is versatile to enable you this digital transformation journey. So you can automate some of the parts. You can even do full manual data. But the good news is, let's get started. Let's get the data in. Let's do some, let the system process to you and show you some informative information. The second step is when people say, now, yeah, I got my data. What do I do with it? You use the data to reduce your operation costs, reduce your operational expenses. And for many companies in the industrial sector, they spend a lot of money maintaining and keeping existing facility operational. So what we do, or what we advise them, is take some of the data, analyze it using artificial intelligence, and understand when something breaks before it breaks, right? To prevent some downtime that you actually have not planned for. Now, the solution here is the Aveva Connect with Aveva Insight. Aveva Connect provides a strong foundation, taking your operation data, performance data to the cloud. Aveva Insight is the core component of Aveva Connect, which is our common cloud platform. Aveva software is in the cloud, drives the business resilience for our customers, enable the transformation, digital transformation faster with a reduced cost. Best of all, you can start anywhere and go anywhere. It all depends on your business and your priorities. But there's a lot to share. They're looking at the screen right now, and we will actually focus on the performance portfolio. Aveva Insight helps you make better and faster decisions with complete visibility to your operation in the cloud. So Aveva Insight provides information when and where you need it. You can, again, view it from your iPad, view it from your mobile phone. You can view it from a desktop, and whatever you configured, it will be shown across your devices. So Aveva Insight enables you to unlock the critical data, increase collaboration, improve asset reliability, and drive operational performance. So I will pass this session now to my colleague Siva, and he will be showing you some demo of the Aveva Insight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ben. So good morning, everyone. So let me just continue the demo. Okay, before we actually drill down into the demo, let me just give you a quick overview of what is Aveva Insight. So by now, you guys already know that Aveva Insight is actually a cloud-based solution, right? And we could gather data from multiple locations. So what I mean by that, for example, your organization, you have multiple plants across Malaysia or even across the world. So you can actually gather all this data back to one centralized storage and analyze it clearly. So this is one of the core advantage that we have in Aveva Insight. And also all the data from your plant floor will be read and encrypted and will be sent out in a one-way communication. So there is no two-way directional flow. It's always a one-way out. So we just read your data. So make sure that you won't have any, it will be totally invisible for you. You will not see any difference in your plant floor. We will actually encrypt the data to be secure. And finally, we will actually move our data to Aveva Cloud, right? Next, when we talk about cloud system, everyone come across that, oh, do I need to set up some VPN? Things might get complicated, and how we move forward. No, don't worry, there is no complication. You just need to run a small utility at your SCADA system or even a historian system, so that all the tech that you desire to share out to the cloud will be actually done seamlessly, right? And also all of the users are able to design their content, design their dashboard, design their alerts, and also monitor your plant performance with their individual needs. That means in an organization, you will have multiple teams, for example, operation team, engineering team, maintenance team. So all of them will see data in a different perspective, right? So Aveva Insight allows you to customize your dashboards, your content based on your individual needs and your team's needs, right? Okay. Let me just start the demo with a case study. So we actually have a can rings factory in Penang. So this is our case study, can rings factory in Penang. Sorry, our key focus is we would like to measure the line performance. So we want to see that how does the packing line perform, right? So I set up an InTouch application, which is a SCADA. Will actually do the job to actually upload the data from my workstation to the Aveva cloud. And also I'll be focusing on two equipment, which is the filler and the packer, right? So these are the case study. So it's show time. Let me just, before I start, I would like to show you guys the prerequisite. Like I said earlier, I actually set up an virtual machine to actually run this line, which is filling line, and the packing line. I actually have your line state, good count, back count, operator name, order ID, and product ID. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me just open my Chrome. Okay, how do we access our Aveva Insight? So portal, it will be a standard URL, online.wonderware.com, right? So again, I would like to emphasize everyone actually eligible to get a 45 days of free trial. So after this webinar, please guys to go and sign up for your trials, feel it, play around, and explore it, of course. So it's very simple, easy process. You just put in your email, you put in your password, your first name, last name, you click terms and condition, you go to the end, you accept your terms and condition, and then you register. So upon registering, you have an email sent to your email address, and then you just need to verify the link. And then there you go, you have 45 days free access. Okay, so let me begin. Let me just sign in to my account. Okay, there we go, Aveva Insight portal, right? So a very simple portal, straightforward. We actually have a menu at the left side and also the user information on the right side. Okay, let me just drill down straight to the point. We're going to talk about equipment efficiency. Okay, like I said earlier, I have a Penang packing line running. Under the packing line, I have two equipment, which is the filler and also the packer, right? So this is I actually made some simulation program for the system to actually jump to multiple state, right? For example, running slow, downtime, machine jam, packer jam, and so on and so forth. So let me just bring you through the interface. Okay, at the most bottom here, you actually have the filter. So it's as easy as like how you want to view the data. What is your duration? For example, I would like to see the entire day or entire a run or even an hour of data or even a shift of data, or I would like to see for an X amount of time, 3 months, 2 months, whatever it is, we could actually easily get it filtered by a click of button at the bottom here. So let me just stick to 30 minutes. And of course, now my equipment state is actually running slow. And then the system will capture every single state, right? So if you can see here, when I hover around my event, I can actually clearly see that what time does this event occur and how long does it last, right? So it's actually a very informative display with a very minimalistic, right? So you don't have to actually have a lot of function and stuff like that, but it's actually clear and precise, right? let us talk about our filling line now. So we actually have about 44 stoppages, and what is the total duration of our stop? So for example, for the last 30 minutes, my can line is actually has 44 stoppages. So which is something that I may need to look into, but this information is made available for the management or anyone around the world. So anyone will actually access the information from anywhere, right? So the other key things that I would like to show is the KPIs. If you see at the bottom here, the system already show you what are the top 5 downtime reasons by count. So at a glance, by looking at this, you actually knows that your equipment is actually failed 28 times within a 30 minutes run. So in layman terms, like what Ben shared earlier, for you to get this information up to the management, it will actually go through a long process where your operator need to write it down, and then someone have to compile it, and then you need to put into the system, and then only you're able to view. But here we are actually having this information close to real time. I'm saying actually close to real time, right? And also on the other side, you actually have the top 5 downtime reason by duration. For example, you actually has 28 times of equipment failure, but how long was it? If you see your equipment failure, it took about 7 minutes, right, of your downtime. So this will actually gives you a picture or an overview what is happening to your production line. So before a major event or a major incident, you actually could predict it earlier by actually having all this analytic information, right? The other things we have here is the time summary, which shows that what are the uptime versus downtime of your plant. And then I would like to emphasize the actually core information here, which is the OEE KPI, which will show you the availability, performance, and the quality. So this is actually a global standard where we will actually calculate out our OEE based on your line performance. So basically availability is how long my can line stop versus running. Simple. Performance is, for example, my can line is running for 30 minutes and my can line should produce 50 cans per minute. For example, 50 cans per minute. Does the machine actually achieve that performance or not? So this is what we've been calculated on the performance and quality. And quality, how does it measure is out of my 100% of my product produced. For example, one day your factory is producing about 10,000 can drink. How many of the can drink is actually sellable and how many goes to reject? So that will shows in quality. So all of these 3 figures will actually sum up to your overall OEE, right? Let me just move on. Production event. So this is something very informative as well. Production events basically will show you your production count. Let me go at the bottom. You can see here good count versus waste count. Okay, to show you guys, let me just quickly go back to the system. Let me just punch in some number on my back count. Okay, let me just punch in 50. Okay, it would take time to actually sync to the cloud. It would take like a couple of seconds. Okay, let us just move forward first. You can see here, this chart will show you your actual versus your target. For example, based on the run, you should actually achieve an ideal target, but actually where are you? So you're supposed to make about 4,000. Theoretically, you should make about 4,000. The ideal will be about 2,000, but we are actually at 1,000 plus. So this will show us that we are not performing well, right? Okay, let me just quickly refresh. Okay, go back to. Okay, you see here, I think it's like less than even 30 seconds. I actually have my waste product produce information up on my cloud. So I just like seconds ago, I key in on my SCADA system. So that how fast, that's why I said this term, we actually able to monitor our line close to real time, correct? Okay, don't worry. For some reason that some of the plants will say that my system can't produce back count. So it's a count end of the day that I will have in my hand, I will have in my paper in somewhere in my production floor, not in the system. So the portal also provide us to do some interaction. For example, I can actually even key in another 100 underweight product and actually add it manually, right? So we also could, there's not only a bit only, so we also could actually interact with the portal and to put in some manual data if required. Okay, moving forward, next. Okay, these are the OEE property that I would like to push to the cloud earlier. For example, if you see that I actually put in some additional information, which is from the SCADA, which is operator name, work order ID, and product ID. All these things are a value that I would like to record in the system. And then here we go. We just need to configure and you actually have it up in your cloud, right? So same thing, we can actually see the same utilization event, production event, and your OEE property for both of your equipment, right? Okay, next I would like to move to OEE analysis. So this is actually something very important. Why is it important? What we will have here is we can actually do head-to-head comparison. What I mean by head-to-head comparison, for example, I can actually say that in my Penang packing area, I have two equipment. Let me just show you. If I click the box here, I have two equipment, right? The filling and the packing line. So if I click on these two equipment, I can actually do a versus. So which equipment is actually doing better? So by analyzing this over a time, you were able to plan for your upgrade on your equipment or plan to handle the bottleneck line better, and all this analysis will be done to you close to the real time, right? And the key factor is you're not comparing only in one factory. Just imagine you actually have multiple factory across the world or across Malaysia, right? For example, you have a Penang plant, you have a Johor plant. So your Penang plant is doing better than the Johor plant. You can actually pull the both filler and compare. So how much better that the Penang plant is performing. So with this, you actually have an idea on the differential. I mean, how does the Penang plant versus Johor plant performing, and what are the difference? And this also can lead to some your production improvement, right? Okay, you actually have the availability, the total downtime, like how long you actually down your filler and versus down your packing line, and also the mean time repair and mean time between failure. So all this analytic information is actually done there for us to just view and analyze. And of course, the other page you actually have the OEE information, which is OEE calculated, and also the availability, performance, and quality. If I would like to drill down from this chart, let me just click here. If I click here, I will actually get a button here. Okay, this is a filling line. I would like to drill down. So what actually happened during this time? Why the count is so low? So you actually get an overview. What is the summary all about, right? And then you also can go to the details and get the raw data. So how we actually going to get the raw data? You press the button here, you can download. So the raw data will be made available from you by Excel. So that's how easy for us to extract the data, right? For example, let me just go back to utilization analysis. If I click on my filler, if I click on this button, it will show me what is the downtime. So these are very useful or informative information as well. So what I'm trying to show here is I can actually drill down up to the raw data. There you go. You actually have the raw data. Okay. Okay, you may ask me, Siva, okay, these are all ready-made. How do I start? Where do I start? Okay, like I said earlier, this portal is a very friendly. It actually has a very friendly environment that you will not require much of a script, no scripting, no major complex scripting configuration, nothing. Is everything straightforward, right? Let me just show you how straightforward is it to just configure your OEE. You just need to go to click on this button, go to administration, and then go to your efficiency, and then here you go. The equipment that you like to configure. You just click on equipment. In my case, I have two, right? How easy that it is for me to add more. Just click on this button here. You actually can see a import button. You click on the import button, you actually have a pop-up box. All of the configuration will be uploaded via a CSV file or an Excel file. So as a start, you may not have anything. So how do you start? So you just need to click on a download sample, and then the system will actually provide you some sample. There you go. You can actually play around with this. Go ahead, change the namespace, change these. These actually are two plant from different location, right? So you can actually play around. So you are not left like if you let's say you don't know where to start, don't worry. There's actually a full guide for you to explore the system, right? Okay, let me show you how easy is that to change my state. For example, if you see here, I actually have my state configured. Not occupied is yellow, planned downtime is yellow, running is green, running slow is blue, unplanned downtime is actually red. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, let me just go back to my equipment efficiency. Okay, you see my utilization. Okay, you see running slow is blue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this blue to become purple. Let me just show you how easy. I'm just going to export existing. Okay, so when I export the existing, I will have all whatever I've configured. I'll actually have it made available. So I just need to go in. I'm going to change this color to purple. Okay, let me do that. Okay, I actually have this ready. Let me just show you what I've done. The difference is I only change the color to purple, right? Okay, let's import this file. So how do you import? Click on the import button. I need to drag my Excel. Okay, successfully import. You actually get, if it's actually, if you made some mistake, don't worry, the system will reply you with an error. Okay, let me just quickly go and refresh my system here. Okay, there you go. All of this configuration has changed to purple. So it's as that easy for us to configure the system, right? Moving forward, you actually need to define your OEE calculation. For example, your filling line. What is the default rate? So this is where you configure your default rate for the system to calculate the performance, right? And also the sum of the utilization reasons. Okay. Every plant may have different reason, right? So you may define your own reason. For example, our can ring plant, they actually have the infit jam. So the automation value is 103, right? If I will go to the system and just to pass in 103, Aveva Cloud will capture as infit jam, right? So the configuration is done here based on your automation value. So this is how I'm changing the state for the production line. And also the sum of the good automation value, like value 1 is actually for your line is running, and value 2 for running slow. Okay, so all of the configuration is done here. Don't worry if you new, you don't know where to start. Every configuration you actually have the sample file. You can actually open it, go through it, and edit it according to your needs. Okay, let me just go back to the administration. Okay, let me just focus on few things. User. So I am the owner of this this system for myself. How easy is for you to create a user? You just need to put in your colleagues or your co-workers' email address, assign them as a standard or administrator user, and also you can actually do some restriction. For example, if you have multiple plant configured within your portal, you just want to restrict some of the person to actually view. For example, I have a Johor Canning plant and Penang Canning plant. I want this thing to monitor only Penang. Only the higher management have access to both. So all this could be done in the configuration of a user, right? So what else we? Okay, let me just go through a few more. Okay, data source. So like I said, we can actually configure a data source here. Myself, I have an InTouch app running on my virtual machine, and it's actually pushing data to my cloud, right? Okay, yeah, that's all pretty much. And also you also can put in the shift pattern. For my case, I did not configure any shift pattern. You can actually configure if your plant has 3 shift, 4 shift, you can actually configure your shift pattern. This is my shift from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 12-hour shift is shift A, shift B, and shift C. So this will give you the leverage to filter your OE calculation by shift, right? Okay, let me just discard. Okay, let's go back to our Aveva Insight. So this is the core function or the core strengths that we actually have for OEE, or I would say plant efficiency. Aveva Insight does not stop there. It's actually the portal is actually have a lot more features for us to explore. For example, you can actually, like I said, manage your own content. Like I said, how we can actually manage our content. For example, I would like to create my content for myself. How I do, I know my source is in touch app. I just can see I have 16 tag here. Let me just add all. Okay, here we go. I have all my data here. Let me just quickly pull out the good count and bad count. Okay, packing line, good count, bad count. Filling. Okay, filling, good count, and bad count. Right, I have the data here. So how I actually have few ways of presenting my data. How I want to change my presentation. I quickly click on this but show gallery button, and I can easily change my chart with a single click of a button. And of course, I can filter by whatever the amount of desired time frame that I want as well. So I can actually quickly click again. I want to view a chart. So chart, what I would like to view. I would like to view the average value for every 1 hour interval. So is all of this is made easy for you to build your own dashboard, or even I would like to integrate my points to the map. So here I actually tag the filling and filler and packer in a different location to get the idea of how the system will actually plot it for you. So this will, you can also do a geolocation for the text that you have created. And next, you actually have grid. You can actually make a table. So you can actually set your data every 15 minutes. So this will actually produce all the data that you need, right? Okay. One next is I will actually save my content. So when I save, I can actually download the data as well. And I also can share this to external link. I also can share this out. And let me just save. So when I save, I will save this on, I'll give a name for this content. For example, I'll just give a Penang. I'll just give me a Penang good count 1. Okay, I can share this content with me or my team as well. And I always put a keyword. Why do we put a keyword here? A keyword is like a hashtag we do on our Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. So the keyword is where you can actually pull your all of your content and make it a big dashboard. So let me just put my keyword here is Penang. Okay, I'll save this. I'll save Penang good count 1. So once I save, I quickly go and search for keyword. You see, it actually have keyword. I have a keyword called Penang. So when the moment I click on my keyword Penang, all of the content that I've created will actually form a dashboard. So this will give you an overview what is happening in your plant. And like I said, every individual has their own way of seeing data. So they can actually design their own dashboard, right? You also can edit, you also can move the way the data structure. Okay, let me just move here. Okay, let me just save this. So this will be my Penang dashboard 02. Okay, here we go. So as simple as that. Okay, before I end my demo, I would like to show you one more thing. Okay, let me just connect to my phone. Okay. Okay, we also have an app, which is Aveva Insight from our Apple App Store and also Google Play Store. So let me just open my app. Of course, I already successfully logged in. So the first thing you have to do is you have to log in. So I see, you remember, I create a dashboard 02. So the moment I click on my dashboard 02, I will actually have my dashboard available on my mobile. So this will give you all the leverage that you don't need to be in your plant floor. You can be anywhere around the world, but you still have access to your plant information, or you can actually monitor your plant performance, right? Okay, with this, I would like to end the demo. I'll pass the floor back to Ben.
Thank you, Siva. Yes, once again, thank you, Siva. So, yes, you can configure everything from your desktop and it will automatically synchronize in the cloud and you can view it from mobile. So, just go ahead to register a live demo for free. You have 45 days free trial. You can use your own data and prove it to yourself, you know. If you have questions after you try to sign out, you're not sure how to do it, you can always contact us, get to your accounts manager and someone you know within our organization, and they will link you up to someone that can assist you. So Aveva Insight doesn't stop there, right? So what Siva presented to you is basically the equipment efficiency, the plant performance, OE, and things like that. Now, Aveva Insight also comes with things like AI and machine learning. They also comes with BI gateway, asset management, also enterprise asset management solution as well. So the whole point here is the Aveva Insight simplifies the complex, right? It has a lot of pre-built things that is the industrial best practice. It's a cloud-based solution, so to enable your team that can work remotely but collaboratively to manage your operation from anytime, anywhere. With Aveva Connect with Insight, it's used by more than probably 4,000 customers already globally, and these are just some of the familiar names or brands that we are that has been signed up with Aveva Connect. So the Aveva Insight has quite a few new features recently, and few of them is the one of the crucial one is the artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities that can be delivered in 4 ways, right? And if you can see the half pie chart kind of thing, you will see there's advanced analytics, guided analytics, condition-based rules, and automated analytics. Included in the Insight subscription would be the automated analytics. Automated analytics are unsupervised. That means you don't need to supervise. It will based on machine learning algorithms and scan through your data and figure out the anomalies and identify what are the values that is out of the pattern, right? And the anomalies will be shown in the news feed. And there are 3 more other types of analytics. One of it is the conditional-based rules, which allows to configure rules that will trigger when certain condition is met. For example, if I have a temperature more than 90% and my motor is stopped, it will trigger some sort of conditional base, or you will to prevent the undesired operational downtime. Guided analytics would be to detect the anomalies in the asset, in the production areas, but it's particularly effective in the detection in this hybrid industry. It can be used in most generic cases, and it's easy to set up. Like they have a wizard-like interface that walks through a user configure detection anomalies and asset behavior. Of course, we have again advanced analytics. Yep. So with the new advanced analytics capability in Insight, we are not able only to detect anomalies right now. we're able to focus in process optimization. One of the things is that if you look from the left, we can do the predictive throughput. That means we can identify what is the optimal process condition in the plant area and track the current condition based on your target. You kind of gain early notification of your production throughput, whether you're going to meet the target or not. If it's not, then maybe you might want to plan for overtime and things like that. And we can, if you're familiar with quality, you know what's CPK, and this sort of thing, we can eliminate costly production rejects and predict quality issues to enable the operator to adjust the production settings or before more reject occur. To the lower left would be the energy efficiency. This is to reduce the carbon footprint and facilitate insight for better energy use. And we can monitor the energy usage to expose the hidden costs. We don't want to waste electricity. And moving to the top right, which is the predictive uptime, that will minimize your downtime due to unnecessary cleaning cycle. To predict the optimal time frame for cleaning, to do periodically maintenance for your plant asset. Of course, reduce downtime, we can predict the uptime and detect the failure before they occur. This could minimize production losses and realize higher production throughput and meet the dynamic market's demand. And the last, we can, with AI, we can predict the asset life, forecast the asset life, and to influence the operation and maintenance costs. And when your boss asks you why you think this asset we need to change it and things like that, you can present this data for capital expenditure decisions with the analytics. So with Aveva Insight, customer gains speed and agility in not only in terms of implementation. What they can do is to reduce the OPEX and capital spend to drive the digital transformation in the sooner manner. So next, I would like to invite Ms. Mindy from Aveva to share some of the success story.
Thank you. On the success story, CCAT is personal care manufacturer originated from United States. They had extended MES or Manufacturing Execution System into Aveva Insight for their production line performance tracking and analysis. The challenges faced by CCARE were bad habits and unstructured routines in reporting downtime events, mostly manual data collections, and this made analysis difficult, especially data can be quite unreliable when reported manually. This caused slips in schedules and some quality issues in the past. By providing equipment efficiency model and OEE analysis, downtime events with time and reason codes are captured and analyzed for better insights to make adjustments in order to improve operational efficiency. With efficiency model offered in Aveva Insight, CCARE was able to reduce shift hour from 12 hours to 8 hours and only took 3 days to implement. This is quite impressive as some OEE project would take months. It is therefore received a strong buy-in from production staff and leadership team from CCARE. Next slide, please. Campbell is a globally known food manufacturer. The solutions is for their high-value baked goods, which the quality of the products can be inconsistent due to glitches posed by the equipment. The challenges faced were unreliable production conditions for their high-value baked goods. They wanted to have a consistent product quality and food safety while delivering efficiently. Predictive Asset Analytics Solutions is proposed by providing user-friendly Aveva Insight for data analysis, sharing, and notification. After a few months of collecting asset data from multiple production lines, 20 over behavior models were deployed. With the analytics capabilities came with the Aveva Insight. 2 caches of abnormality were detected in the first quarter since implementation. First is the detections of the anomalies in dough laminator, where the conveyor drew higher currents than the predicted normal operating condition. Second is the detections of abnormal differential pressure within the oven oxidizer. This is therefore prevented further production losses that might have happened. Next slide, please. Schneider Electric Resident Smart Factory produces electrical panel boards and safety switch in great variety every day. Aveva Insight is used as part of the smart manufacturing solution, then it became a part of the blueprint for other Schneider Electric factories around the world. Their goals relate to the applications were to introduce industrial IoT technology to reduce production downtime, also to make data more accessible and modernize the 60-year-old plant with minimal downtime and disruptions to its production. The challenges they faced before implementations were lack of data visualization, lack of accurate information and detailed analytics to make decisions, as well as to optimize process efficiencies. There were also paper-based processes that impact decision-making, response time, and system downtime. This became more apparent with disparate systems in the plant floor. The result of these implementations have made the data collected into a single platform and extended to Aveva Insight equipment efficiency model and OEE analysis. This helped to reduce unplanned downtime by nearly 6%, which is significant in view of the daily high production volume. Schneider Electric Resident Smart Factory had received World Economic Forum Advanced Lighthouse recognitions for its end-to-end digitization. It has since become a lighthouse for other Schneider Electric factories around the world. Lastly, I would like to share a video clip to help summarize how Aveva Insight delivers value to our customers. Thank you.
Smarter decisions are the driving force behind improved asset reliability and operational performance. But today's complexities make reaching those decisions increasingly difficult. You and your teams need to collaborate from anywhere on any device, which means operations data must be easily accessible by everyone for analytics and better decision-making. Aveva Insight gives you the power to simplify the complex. It combines Aveva's leading operations management and asset performance technologies into one easy-to-use cloud-based solution. Use it to provide access to real-time critical information from multiple sources in seconds. You'll create a single source of truth that enables greater collaboration between workers and gain efficiencies that reduce downtime. You can apply predictive and prescriptive analytics for better asset reliability, discover opportunities for production improvements, and streamline compliance. Aveva Insight puts complete visibility of your operations and asset performance at your fingertips. It delivers the actionable information and AI capabilities you need to increase operational agility and resilience while driving sustainable growth. And it's a cost-effective, future-proof solution that's up and running in minutes. See how quick and easy it is to get started with Aveva Insight. Sign up for a live demo now and simplify the complex with a free 45-day trial of Aveva Insight today.
Okay, thank you, Mehdi. Thank you, all our speakers today. I hope the audience find it very interesting, and we hope we could offer some comprehensive contents during today's session. So now it's already 11. But without wasting time, we actually have several questions from the floor. So there's question number 1. Since only 60% of production workforce is allowed to work as per MCAO's SOP, how can a manufacturing company doing box build increase their productivity up to 90% by digital technologies like IoT, AI, cloud, big data, and blockchain, including automation on production processes? Okay, I leave it to our speakers to answer it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I believe I think the question is from Wong from JB. Wong, thank you for your question. Well, basically, we have such a solution, and I'm not too sure you heard of it. It's called System Platform. And basically what we can do is we kind of can object-oriented design all your requirements, such as what you mentioned, IoT, cloud, big data, into one box. it's a template-based idea, object-oriented based idea, and including your automation, SCADA screens and things like that. So if you could get your account manager to liaise with us, and we can actually share with you more details on that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
We move to the next question. Is Aveva Insight offering quality module and maintenance module as well other than production module? Is this similar to MES? So Ms. Mehdi already answered it. The answer is Aveva Insight offers advanced analytic, predictive analytic as presenting by Mr. Ben just now. So Ms. Mehdi, do you have anything to add to the answer?
Yes, Aveva Insight is not a MES product. It is more of the extensions of the existing system. It could be the extensions of the existing MES as well as a value add to the solutions that you have on premise. So the predictive analytics that I mentioned just now is the value add once you have to achieve a certain maturity in your plant already. For example, you have got the system platform or historian installed, and you would like to leverage that technology and bring the value of the predictive analytics for your, to get a better process out of the existing operations. Then there is the options that you can consider for the insight.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Mehdi. Our next question also asking about the similarity between Aveva Insight and MES. So I hope Ms. Mehdi already answered it. So we have a last question. What kind of the data source? Is it should be OPC or and can be any such as database, XML or other? So Ms. Mehdi already answered just now in the Q&A box. It can be database, XML provider endpoint connection is properly established as it is SaaS based on Edge to Cloud Nation. Please check out Aveva Edge portfolio. Anything to add, Ms. Mehdi?
Yes, we have different way of connecting it to Insight. So it really depends what's your starting point, and if you want to have the Edge kind of concept, then please contact us. Then we'll be able to provide you our standard architecture related to that, and also the way to connect it. XML is definitely one of the file that we would have in transmitting the message up to the cloud.
Okay, thank you. Should we take another question or not? Anything, Ben? Do we have any question? I mean, can we stop now, or can we take some question over here?
Yeah, is there any other questions from the floor? If not, you guys can actually contact us based on your channels, whether it's your account manager, your technical support, and we can actually organize a separate session to share with you in detail whether it's again Insight, advanced analytics, or system platform and things like that.
Okay, but before we end, I would like to ask everyone. Hold on. Okay, this is our feedback form. So before we end our session today, if you do find our webinar is benefit for you, please fill in the feedback form over here, and or you can just scan the barcode over here. Okay, and please at the chat box, I also shared our Facebook page. Please follow us, and if you want to remain in our webinar, you can actually subscribe our YouTube channel we upload this webinar session in our YouTube, IAM YouTube channel. Okay. So I think that's all for today. Okay, Ben, anything else from the panels?
Oh, thanks for everyone. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and see you soon.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Don't forget to leave your feedback here. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.